welcome to Percolating Thoughts. So, for this installment, Belle and I are going to be talking about Christmas, well, all things Christmas first and foremost. But, Belle wanted to touch on Christmas movie conspiracy theories. Now, that's something that I have never heard of. So, Belle, kind of explain to me where you got that idea.
Yeah, so I was cleaning one day and I found this podcast called The Popcorn Isn't Real. They're on all platforms. It's really interesting. They actually dive into a lot of movie conspiracies, but they're like some of them are really odd and not like super popular. So you kind of have to dig through their catalog to find like the ones that are probably the ones that you know. But one of them was on the Santa Claus, and I thought it was really interesting because that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Um, and it was talking about how we all know the story. Scott Calvin scares Santa Claus. Santa Claus falls off the roof, and then he dies, and Scott assumes the role of Santa Claus. Um, and there's actually a couple fan theories about this, but essentially the next morning when Charlie is like, oh my gosh, Judy, and we did all of this, and Dad's Santa Claus or whatever. And Scott's like, no, like I'm not, like that must have been a dream. Like I don't think so. And then, he falls out of, the delusion that Charlie was in, or seemingly so. But then they kind of dive into this idea, and there's also Reddit threads on this too. So I actually don't know who the original author of this theory is, but that Scott actually had a was on the roof decorating for Charlie because Charlie still didn't believe in Santa Claus. So he was doing this whole elaborate setup for Charlie, and then Scott fell off the roof and had a traumatic brain injury. However, that brain injury was never like he never went to the doctor for it. So essentially like he had like CTI, like he had this just concussion induced delusion, and that continued to like ruin his life. And when he becomes Santa Claus, it's actually because he just stops taking care of himself. And
Mhm.
Scott's pretty old. Like it wouldn't be odd for him to have gray hair. And if there is a time jump that like fans don't see between, like, 'cause you see Scott take over the role of Santa Claus on Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a full year before Scott's going to become a full Santa. So basically, it's saying like feeding into that delusion of, okay, self-indulgence, you're already going gray, and then kind of roping the people around you. So around him, his wife, his ex-wife, his wife's new husband, into this delusion, and they all kind of feed into it, and nobody really knows where it like stemmed. But there's also a fan theory that Santa Claus actually didn't want to be Santa anymore, and he fell off the roof so that Scott could take the role.
Gosh. Okay, that's wild just to be thinking about that. Because, as a kid, too, and mind you, I haven't watched the Santa Claus in a long while, but, I know what happens, obviously. And it's just really weird because that's something that, never really crossed my mind. And I was just like, oh, it's just this fun little kids movie and everything. And you're like, oh, yeah, it could have happened because of this, or it could just be like a essentially a psychological cover up of other conditions and everything. So I was just like, oh, I never heard of that before, but that's interesting.
Yeah, no, I like the theory on Santa, like not wanting to be Santa anymore, basically says that he like tricks Scott into believing that you have to die in order to give up being Santa Claus, therefore like fear mongering him into taking on the role of Santa Claus through the
Mhm.
three movies and into the Disney Plus show too.
Yeah, shoot.
There's also so many other ones, y'all. I won't go into all of them, but like
I feel like that's just a rabbit hole.
yeah, no, it's a rabbit hole, and it's so interesting because there's like people who have linked like Home Alone to the Jigsaw Killer
Oh my
who have
God.
who have said that Max was an unwanted gift in The Grinch because the Grinch gets all of his stuff from the garbage. So, and like this theory that he found Max in the garbage after Christmas because like puppies are like these like gifts that significant others give each other and then they don't end up taking care of them.
Oh,
What is your favorite holiday movie?
I don't have a favorite, but I am a sucker for classics. So like White Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful
Yes,
Life.
I was trying to think
Um,
between.
so like that, and then A Christmas Story. I know, let's see. My family also really loved watching Elf, like growing up. That was our movie. I just remember like the scene when Will Ferrell would basically do the splits on the elevator, and it had my mom just like literally doubled over on the floor. She couldn't breathe. So like just those movies. But if you had to choose, which one's is it the Santa Claus?
No, actually, this might be really controversial, which I did not know until like last year. The Polar Express.
Okay. Why is it?
I, because apparently a lot of people think it's creepy and scary because of like the CGI that they used for the time.
Yeah.
And the fact that like I guess their faces don't move throughout the movie, but I didn't notice that until like my sister brought it up last year. And I was like, okay, well, I think it's great, but apparently like a lot of people don't like it because of how unrealistic their like faces are.
That's crazy.
But if not the Polar Express, I really like the new Grinch.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's so the animated one. I think it's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. Those are good choices too. Oh my gosh.
I actually like I don't really enjoy the classic Christmas movies.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know if that's just because my like aunt and her family watch them every year, so it gets like really tiring. Like, but I just think I enjoy like the like feel good, fun, like adventure. I mean, I am a Marvel fan, so that does make sense.
Yeah.
The movies where there's like something more.
Have you decorated for Christmas yet?
Of course, on November 1st, my tree went up.
Yes.
How
This
about
is
you?
yes. I wasn't like as quick to the punch mainly because I was just really not um I was being lazy and I was like, I have to take all of this Halloween decoration and then I have to put all of this up. Um, Getting the tree up by myself, like I just realized how much of a hassle it was. I was like, I have to sit there and fluff this tree. And then finally I just got over it and was up until like 1 a.m. completing my Christmas decorations. But like it looks good, I did it. And I can keep it up longer and probably don't have to take it down until after the New Year. So it was worth it, but I'm hoping one of these years when I have kids and stuff, they can flip the tree because I'm like, I hate flipping the
Yeah.
tree.
No, I made Jared do it this year. I just hate because it just scratches your hands and I just
Mhm. It's more like it hurts my back because I feel like I'm hunched over or like bending over too much, trying to like just pull at the if you don't see it, pulling at
yeah,
the
branches.
yep, those. But
How tall is your Christmas tree?
how tall?
Hmm.
I think it's 5 or 6 feet.
Obviously, mine's 6 feet.
Like it's not too terribly big, but like it's big enough for
Oh, well, yeah,
the
for a family.
yeah. And I mean, shoot, if it lasts long enough, it'll
Yeah.
be
It's not a Grand Duchess.
yeah. Shoot,
No,
it's
when I have my own place, I almost did it this year, but my mom was like, "You're ridiculous." I still might get a miniature tree for my room.
yeah.
She asked me, she was like, "Well, do you have a tree for your room?" And I was like, "No." And she
Because
was like, "Oh, do we only do that at our house?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then when I told you that I wanted to do it, you told me that that was a waste of money. So, no, I like the tree that I have now is 6 feet, and but I feel like when I have a house, I would not be opposed to like an 8-foot tree. And then this one gets moved to the hallway.
Yeah.
And then I personally want a black tree.
I thought you already had one. I
No,
thought you
I don't.
had last year. Okay.
Um, no, oh no. I mean like a black tree, not like Christmas ornaments.
No, no, yeah, because I remember when we had our Harry Potter marathon last year,
Mhm.
and um you were looking at trees and you were like, I really want a black tree, and I thought you actually
So yeah.
did.
No, I did not order it. I want a black tree and I want a pink tree. So
That'd be so cute.
watch out, Jeremy. Every room is getting a tree, including my children. I probably won't decorate every tree, but to just have, I just really enjoy the lights and the people that are like, oh, I wait till after Thanksgiving. Silly. Thanksgiving is a day, Christmas is a season. But I just enjoy that joy in my house. Like my tree is on a timer and it's so fun to like if I'm like watching TV or something and at 6:30 the tree comes on, or like if I get off of work, I come home and the tree's on.
Mhm.
Like it's so much more fun than anything. But I did start wrapping my Christmas presents.
That was my next question. I was gonna ask if you've gone Christmas shopping yet, and um shoot, because I know I have, but I haven't wrapped them yet.
I I'm one of those people that I try if in a perfect world I would start in January, but I try to start in August with like, okay, I'm gonna get this, like buying in increments because I don't want to buy it all at once and then like my bank account look really sad.
Yeah.
Um, but also like I feel like when you're intentional with your gift giving, like I feel like the two of us are, like you are might be out somewhere and you see something, like I'm gonna get it if I'm like, this makes sense for
Yes.
this person. Um, and but then I just really got tired of like the gift pile that was happening in this room. And so last week I put on Elf and I wrapped all the gifts that I could. There's still some left because I'm still trying to figure out it's really hard to wrap Crocs. Thank you, Sam. And I want to wrap them. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way. Because I think gift bags can be fun, but that's not like the fun of like Chris. The fun is like getting into the
Did
wrapping
they come
paper.
in a box, or are you able to get a box?
Um, oh, that would have been really smart before I recycled all my boxes yesterday. Wow.
Yeah, I'm keeping all of my Amazon boxes. I'm like, shoot.
I actually do have an Amazon box coming today. Maybe it'll fit in that. Guys, we are a coffee-based podcast. Chobani just came out with coffee creamers. They're so good. They're so good, guys. They're
Yeah.
so good. I've tried the cookie dough, which is what I have in this one, and the peppermint mocha. And both are pretty good. I like to mix though the flavored creamers with regular creamer so that it's not too sweet,
Hmm.
which works for me. So maybe
Yeah,
it'll work for you guys.
so bad.
Period. Okay. What is like a main gift that you really want this year?
I really want to share. Okay, this is gonna sound really fun. Okay, KitchenAid mixer, except I finally got one. And then,
Did you get it on sale? Because they've been going on sale a lot.
no, because it was my good grandmother's.
Oh, okay, okay, good. I was like, if you told me you paid full price and I've been seeing them go on sale all year.
No, I would never. Um,
Here.
but this is gonna sound really silly, but I want a new like pots and pan set and like um Tupperware set as well because all of mine are like starting to become lost and I'm like it's not me. I promise you I feel like it was definitely from like living with roommates and stuff and just
Yeah.
like forgetting to bring stuff back to the kitchen and that sort of thing because I purchased a box of Tupperware. I was really good about keeping it together my sophomore year. Hannah and I didn't have any like indifferences my junior year when I lived at Campus Lodge, and she had her set of Tupperware, I had my set of Tupperware, and we just kind of would ask if we needed to borrow each other's like sets. And
Yeah.
I always made sure everything had its lid, everything had its place, and then I had my other roommates, and so everything just kind of went askew. And so I was like, okay, great. Now I have just like weird Tupperware.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'd say those are my two main ones. I always ask for like makeup or whatever, but anyway. What about you?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like so bad about Christmas lists or even birthday lists. I usually just end up like copying a birthday list over to Christmas with whatever I don't get
Yeah.
because I am the person that if I really want it, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and buy it if I see it in the open. And also there's just like not a lot of stuff that I want
Hmm.
um or need, which I guess I'm very fortunate for that. But I've also never been like a huge materialistic person, I guess. I love a good trinket though. But like in terms of like asking for gifts, I've always been really weird about that my whole life. Um, but I already know that this is my big gift because my mom has me just order my big gifts and then she wraps them.
Oh my God.
But is Taylor Swift is finally releasing the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology on vinyl on Black Friday, but it goes online on Saturday. So I will be at my computer Saturday morning ordering it. But because I just am not a Black Friday girl. Jared wants to go Black Friday shopping. So maybe he'll convince me and I will drag him to Target and we'll see if we can get it in person.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm so excited, guys. That's my big gift. But then other gifts that I've asked for, I asked for the pre-order of the Harry Potter books I showed you. They're coming out with sprayed edges Harry Potter books. So those are on my list, guys. Look on Amazon. They're beautiful. They're literally only $12. I understand I can afford that, but somebody else, could buy it for me. Um, and then I really want to read War and Peace.
Mhm.
That is on my list too. And then I asked for the Wednesday and Enid Lego
Yeah.
um sets. But outside of that, I haven't given much thought. Uh I do need an automatic wine opener. Sometimes I'll just walk around the house and I'll be like, okay, what do I feel like is
That's
missing?
what, yeah.
Yeah, and then order. But yeah, we'll see. I'll probably just ask for Legos.
Like, yeah.
Because those are the two things that I never want to spend money on. So Um, but I'd be interested to see what you guys want because I like to watch videos and add like what other people want onto my list if it's something I didn't think about.
Yes.
So I'd love to hear what you guys are asking for Christmas. Um, and if there's anything that you guys look forward to at the holidays.
First off, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you may celebrate. We want to hear what you want for Christmas when you decorate for Christmas. Your guys' opinion. And then earlier on in the podcast, we kind of talked about conspiracy theories and Christmas movies and like the interesting, like the allure to that. So like let us know what you think about those. Honestly, I always say this and I really mean it. We love to hear from you guys. We love to receive feedback. So just comment down below. Our DMs are open. Like, let us know what you think. But yeah, without further ado,
Cheers!
cheers.